Hey everyone, I'm Zaid and welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about, in quotation marks, near-death experiences on my school trip to Italy. And I just want to say that these weren't actually like super dramatic near-death experiences. These were kind of just funny kind of stuff that we were like being over dramatic about, like, oh my goodness, we're gonna die sort of thing. So I'm also going to be talking about some really funny stuff that happened. So if you do enjoy the video, please do remember to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. But for now, let's get into the video. Right, so just to set the scene a little bit, it was a school trip to Italy, and so I was with Snivy, Panda, Foxy, Rio Flan, and there was about 30 other people on the trip. So we went by coach, and it was like a really long coach journey, and I mean really long. We had to stay there overnight. And so first of all, I'll talk about when we stopped off at a service station in France. A lot happened at this service station. So the bus pulls up to the service station, and we get out and we have a bit of money and we get dinner basically. I remember forgetting the French word for meatballs, so I just asked for les meatballs, which were very nice, by the way. They were delicious meatballs, but anyway, but I managed, with a lot of pointing and stuff, they managed to understand what I was saying. So I had some really nice meatballs and chips, but that doesn't matter. So once we'd eaten, we were playing like hide and seek or something. I don't even know, but we just were like kind of killing time before we had to go. And so we were doing this hide and seek game, and everyone had been found except Dr. Nitonium. So we like genuinely had no idea, and so we went round the back of the service station. We'd said we weren't going to do that, but maybe just like had forgotten or was just cheating or something. So we're round the back, and we see this white van, and we're like, oh no, because generally it's generalized that they're associated with kidnapping, and considering we couldn't find Dr. Nitonium anywhere, and we'd looked at literally everywhere that was possible to hide, like in the thing, we were like actually getting really worried. So we kind of like just went inside, and we were like, what should we do? We were just like sitting at the table, and then we see Dr. Nitonium coming out of the chocolate shop because he'd bought like 5 bars of chocolate because he didn't want to play the game, and he hadn't told anyone that he wasn't playing the game. So we'd all thought he was like dead or kidnapped or something, and then it turned out that he was just in the shop buying chocolate and eating chocolate without us while we were out in the cold looking for him. And yeah, that was very fun. So yeah, so that is not the only thing that happened at that French service station. It was a very eventful stay at that service station. So basically we went back inside. We were like calming down from the craziness of Dr. Nitonium getting kidnapped, and we were drinking some slushies, which were literally, I remember they were literally liquid. So this was about like 10 minutes before we had to go. And as we're drinking our slushies, everyone starts to kind of leave, like the workers kind of leave, until there's just kind of like one person left in the building, and we're a bit like, this is weird. But so we're just sitting there like alone in this big kind of like area restaurant sort of thing, and the guy goes over to the door, and he starts to like close it. He's like pulling, it's one of those I don't know what they're called, but the things that you pull down, like the metal things, and he was just closing it. And luckily the legend Panda suddenly we were all just drinking our slushies and chatting. Literally none of us even noticed. I thought it was weird that it was shutting. I thought it was weird that no one was there, but like none of us noticed it shutting except Panda. And then he remembered the word for stop in French, which is arrêter. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. So he shouted arrêter, which I'm probably pronouncing awfully, but anyway, and so they realized, I don't know what it was, because we were like really obviously like sitting there and chatting, but like I don't know if he was like about to kidnap us, and he was like, actually no, they're a bit noisy, let's not, or he just didn't notice. I don't really know. It was really odd, but he stopped closing it, and he was like, all right, well, we didn't actually talk, but he was kind of like gestured us to go out. So we just kind of went out, and we were a bit like, that was a bit weird. But anyway, so we get back on the coach, and also there's one thing I didn't mention about what that happened earlier in the trip. We actually got on a ferry to cross the channel, and basically on the ferry, we nearly lost Dr. Nitonium that would be the first time, and the service station would be the second time. But anyway, so we were walking through, and then a bus pulled up, and it was a bus of elderly ladies, and unfortunately Nitonium got caught up in the crowd, and he tried to kind of push through them, and this old lady kind of went to him, "You've got much younger legs than us, let us through." So, and about like a few minutes down the line, we were going up the stairs, and then we were like, "Where's Nitonium?" And he just like came running up to us, and he was like, "I'm here, it's okay." And we were like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So anyway, once we actually got to so we were kind of in this like small town sort of thing, and we had a really nice hotel and stuff, and another near-death experience. One day we were allowed in the pool, but it was really cold when we were like there, so we like nearly died of the cold. But Rio Flan stayed in this absolutely freezing cold pool that was probably like absolute zero for about 45 minutes. I mean, I barely lasted 10 minutes, and that was good, you know. I was one of the people that stayed in there longest. Like Thomas, who's another friend who was on there, he was in and out in a minute. So yeah, that was interesting, but it was pretty fun. But except so let's see, what else is that? Ooh, one time me and Panda got lost. We went to this kind of small, like this large town, we'll call it, and we were wandering through, and I think Panda wanted to buy like a t-shirt or something, so I just accompanied him. We were walking through the streets, and we kind of got a bit lost. And in the meantime, while we were getting lost, Thomas was on the trip. That day he was wearing all Adidas, and yeah, I don't really know why, but he was, and he bought a football, and I think he like kicked it at Nitonium, because Nitonium said something, and he was like kicking it at Nitonium, and then Nitonium kind of really awkwardly deflected it, and it landed. They were sitting by a harbour. I think you can understand where this might go. So it kind of ended up in the water. Thomas wasn't happy. He made Nitonium go down this like little ladder thing to get the ball. I mean, I wasn't there, but I've heard that it was pretty funny, and it does sound quite funny. So yeah, that was amazing. So after about like 20 minutes, me and Panda finally managed to get back with the group, and we kind of like forgotten. But I do also remember climbing up a mountain, and we had to get in these like cable cars that were just like, oh my goodness. So we got on these cable cars, and the thing is, they didn't stop moving, so you had to kind of jump into them and pull the thing down. Otherwise, you'd literally just be like suspended above the air with no protection, which was kind of a scary thought. But they just kind of swung. I'm not really afraid of heights, so it wasn't really that much of a bother. But I could just imagine how some people might have felt with that. So yeah, it was fun though. Me and Rio Flan were just kind of chilling in those. So anyway, so that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what else happened that I could talk about. Oh, I've for sure got another near-death experience. And this one was probably the closest we actually came to death on this trip, because we were right at the tip of death's fingers. So we were going to like this swimming pool that was like, I don't know, but obviously we couldn't like swim in the swimming pool that was by the hotel, because that was outside, and it was absolutely freezing. As I said earlier, absolute zero. So we went to this like indoor swimming pool that was like fairly near, but to get there, we had to go up, like, there was like a really windy road, which wouldn't really have been a problem. I mean, it's a little bit scary when you're on a coach, but you know, it is what it is. You're not going to fall off. Except that it was incredibly foggy, and I mean so thick fog. Like when we were outside, like, and I couldn't see my friends like 2 meters in front of me. So it was pretty insane. So we were on this coach, and we're at the top of this like really steep cliff. And the coach is just going very slowly, kind of winding around in the thick fog. And it's just, I don't even know what to say. It is honestly, I don't remember that much about it. However, I do know someone who will. So actually, why don't we get on a Discord call with him? Hey, Snivy.
Hello.
So, Snivy was obviously with me on this trip to Italy. So, do you remember when we were on our way to the swimming pool, and there was like all the fog?
Oh God, yeah. That was like everyone was just screaming and stuff. It was like you could just see like the edge of the cliff, and there wasn't even like a barrier, so like the
Yeah.
dude could have literally driven us off the cliff. And like
Yeah.
yeah, everyone was like, all the idiots like we were all going like, okay, don't lean against the window because we don't want to tilt the bus off the cliff.
I
But
forgot
then
about
all
that.
the people were just like tilting over on the side, like staring out the windows, and it's just like, oh my god, don't do that, we're gonna fall and die.
I forgot that we were like trying not to like lean on the
Yeah.
window. That was actually pretty funny. So, how did you feel? This is like a proper interview.
Well, I mean, it was pretty scary, but it was also kind of like funny.
Yeah. All right, thank you. There you have it. So thanks a lot, Snivy, for helping me out with that. But I've still got some more stuff that I can talk about. So it was like one of the first days, and we were heading around the village, and so this guy came up to us, and he was like doing like a cigarette gesture, like putting 2 fingers by his mouth, and he spoke in Italian, and we had no idea what he was talking about. None of us could actually speak Italian, so we were just confused because we were like, well, is he asking us for cigarettes? Is he asking... We ended up thinking that he was asking us for directions to somewhere that could sell cigarettes, because he was like, I think he was making money gestures or something. It was really weird. Why would we know that? I don't know, but either way, we kind of just looked at each other, and then we just ran away, and we were just kind of laughing, and yeah, but... So, before I finish up this video, there's one more thing that I'm going to talk about. So, we were playing hide and seek in the place that we were staying, and Panda and Rio Flan, like, somehow went into private property. It was really weird, but I also remember me, Panda, and Rio Flan were hanging out on the top of a wall, and I think they walked on the wall round to where private property was. But anyway, I'm not going to talk any longer, because unfortunately we have run out of time for this episode. If you want to hear me talk more about Panda, Rio Flan going into private property, oh my goodness, the most embarrassing thing ever happening to me, and some more funny stuff that happened and stuff like that, then comment down below, because I could talk for so much longer about this. So if you do want to hear more, then definitely let me know. But for now, thank you so much to you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do remember to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But for now, I'll see you later. Bye!